Bulletcast for life.
Get up, this is a revolution. This is our time to rise. Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes. We are the elite, and you are the weak. No matter how hard I fall, I'll get back up on my feet. Red alert, this is gonna...
Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You know the name, you know the voice, you know exactly why I'm here. Just in case if you don't, I am a 24-year-old. Oh, no. Yeah, I am 24. Jesus. It's so late, I forgot. You know, all the days just kind of blend together in the pandemic era with the COVID, with the vid. Running wild like it's Hulk Hogan in 1988, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a microphone messiah. Brandon, the Canadian Destroyer. He's on the other line. Brandon, it's Wednesday night. It's the day before Thanksgiving. All the fixings, all the turkey and gravy and mashed potatoes and dressing and string bean casserole and corn pudding. Are you a corn pudding guy? Do you even know what that is?
I've never had it. I would assume it is pudding that tastes like corn or made out of corn.
No, it's basically creamed corn, just like baked in the in the oven in a pan and like a casserole dish. My grandmother makes it. It's very delicious, you know.
You learn something new every day.
Absolutely, man. You know, I've been on this new regimen for the past month, and tomorrow is cheat day, and I'm excited. Woohoo! Yes. Sorry, guys. I apologize. So we're here to talk some professional wrestling. Next week is the big 200, bro. Are you excited?
I am so excited. 200 episodes. I don't even know what that equates to in terms of weeks and months and years, but
It's close to 4 years. Close to 4 years, man. That's a lot.
But of course, only about 197 of them count.
They all count. We're giving the people what they want. Content about pro wrestling, sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it, ladies and gentlemen.
We have a whole hell of a lot of content. Rumor has it this might be the longest Bulletcast episode we've ever done.
It's probably going to be. We have guests. Cindy will be joining us. It's going to be great. I did an interview with Tony Vargas, the egotistical psychopath. That was great. Have you heard it? You probably didn't. You don't listen to the stuff we do here.
Of course I listened to it, Phillip. It was a fantastic interview. I think you did a great job, covering all the different bases. Someone who might not know anything about him. I thought you did a great job of, introducing him to the world. Exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was your favorite part? I'm sorry.
All of it.
No. You have to pick one.
I can't just choose it's like choosing your favorite child. I can't choose my favorite part of your illustrious interviews.
You have, was it him playing like Cowboys and Indians as a child? Was it him?
I'm not falling for this again. He probably never even said that.
Was it him meeting Goldust when he was a teenager?
How about you do two truths and a lie, and I can figure out what the lie is.
Okay. All right, here we go. Arena football player for the Arizona Rattlers, a pro MMA fighter, and he works for works for a construction company.
I'm gonna go with that last one.
What?
He works for a construction company. That's a lie.
No, they were all the truth.
And why did it take you so long to figure out what the hell he does?
I forgot what he does. But it's so inspirational, guys. He's a part of the bike club out here in the Bay Area. He had to retire because of a fractured neck, but he made the comeback a couple years ago, and it's awesome. And he did the Spartan race that's like Extreme American Ninja Warrior. He did that with a torn ACL and 2 tears in his meniscus. He still has those tears in his meniscus. It's fascinating. You guys, you have to listen to it. Hayward native. It's really good. I love it. I love doing these interviews. I got another one I'm doing this Friday with a new promoter. He's running his first show in February, and Shaul Guerrero and Alex Hammerstone are going to be on it. So he's got some big names. I'm excited for that. I really am. His name is Brandon too.
Oh, great guy then.
Absolutely. You want to be on that? I'll let you do that interview.
I just had to ask the question: does he spell it correctly?
Yes, he spells it exactly the same way you do.
Okay, then that's the only way to do it.
Is there another way to spell Brandon?
I mean, you get there like E's and I's, but then
That's
then you
weird.
like run into the territory of Brendans.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, people, sometimes they spell Philip with one L, and I'm like, that's stupid. Why would your mother do that to you?
What about
Yeah.
like with a Y?
Who? Whoa, whoa,
Like
whoa,
a
wait.
Phyllis, but it's Philip.
Oh, you have problems I cannot help. So Brandon, tell us about Outside of the Ring. What's going on there?
Well, we have G4. If you guys are video gamers like I am, had a cable box back in the day. G4 was kind of your one-stop shop for video game news and notes, and it's coming back. It's going to be on the internet, I believe. And Xavier Woods, Austin Creed, will be part of that network. He's been he's been asking to be a part of G4 ever since it was a television network, and now that they're relaunching, he's finally a part of it. So shout out Xavier Woods. He has up, down, over 2 million subscribers on the Tube of You. So, just another instance of wrestlers, branching out into different forms. I would assume WWE signed off on this because, he might be an independent contractor, but WWE has to sign off on all the extracurricular activities they do.
Tired of this WWE hate speak. I don't like it. I don't like it. We're gonna have to have a list of terms here. Jesus. You said Xavier Wood and then Austin. Who is that?
Austin Creed.
I have no idea who that is. Who is that?
That would be Xavier Woods' real name.
What? Xavier's not his real name.
I know.
Don't start that. Don't start that here. Next, you're gonna tell me Undertaker really isn't a zombie.
I mean,
oh my god. My whole fandom is a lot. I might as well just stop watching.
I don't know if he's a zombie. Maybe he's like a mortician.
I thought that's what Paul Bearer was.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have like a degree in whatever it's called, death science, like Paul Bearer does. So.
Oh, that's
I don't know the technical terms.
Honestly, I didn't even know that was a thing.
And you know how we found out this was a thing? Because it was on Broken Skull Sessions with The Undertaker round 2. Stone Cold, The Undertaker got together. And Philip, I actually watched this.
You watched the whole 2 hours? The whole 2 hours.
I watched the whole 2 hours Sunday night.
Wow.
I know. Everyone, hold your applause. Do it at the end.
I'll just throw them out there now, bud. That's awesome. Break it down for us and break it down.
Well, as Philip said, it was 2 hours, and The Undertaker and Stone Cold had a few shots of Jack, drinking some Steve Weiser, some Broken Skull IPAs. I might have indulged and drank along with them, but it was 2+ hours of just two friends talking it out. It's something I didn't really realize is that Stone Cold and Undertaker, they were never the closest of friends. Like, yeah, they worked together. They probably were friendly behind the scenes, but Stone Cold kind of talked about it, how they were never like that close. So, doing these Broken Skull sessions is really kind of brought them together and kind of understanding all the stories and everything that they've gone through together.
Absolutely, man. I mean, I loved it. I want a part 3. I think everybody's kind of gotten used to seeing Taker out of character. I mean, he's doing cameos, he's doing stuff with WWE and Make a Wish, so he's really just branching out in his in retirement, and it's great. Baby Huey has said this. Hopefully he because his mind still seems to be very sharp. Hopefully he documents all this stuff like on multiple podcasts, his own podcast. Just that's what Conrad. He does this. Just start a podcast with Taker and just have him start telling stories, man. Write a book, a memoir, something. We need this documented. The same goes for Vince. Hopefully Vince has already done it. Documented all this stuff, but we need this stuff for history's sake.
And the thing with Taker is he even says it on the Broken Skull sessions and in other interviews he's done, that even like he's been doing these things and kind of quote unquote exposing the business, he still kind of tenses up and kind of has to, check himself, like, it's cool. You don't have to do this anymore. So I don't know if he would be open to doing something like a Conrad Thompson podcast series, but I think what Stone Cold does, being a former wrestler, being one of the boys, he's able to kind of open up a lot more to him rather than, one of these media personalities that he's been doing the rounds with recently.
Absolutely. I forget what segment or what question it was. Taker did kind of kayfabe Austin though. Do you remember what it was?
I
Like
mean, it was 2 hours. I was getting a little buzzky going. It's
I I
hard
can't
for me to
remember.
remember.
Austin asked him something, and then takes like something something brother. I'm like, oh, okay, he's kayfabing him. I'm like, that's cool. But yeah, go watch it. I'm gonna have to watch the first one to see what else he talked about. But it's great, man. It's great. Inside of the ring, the Miracle, Mike Bennett. He was the leader of the Kingdom. Makes his return to Ring of Honor. I'm excited, man. I haven't seen actually this, but I saw like a picture of him in Ring of Honor. I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. He's back there. That's where he got his fame. His claim to fame in Ring of Honor with Maria being in the Kingdom with Matt Taven and Adam Cole at one point. So that's cool.
Yeah, it was on the most recent episode of Ring of Honor, and Mike Benton showed up. He embraced Matt Taven, so possibly we could be seeing a Kingdom reunion. I'll be honest, I haven't been keeping up too much with ROH. I think a lot of people have not been keeping up with the ROH all that much. But Mike Bennett coming back into the fold, I think if he comes back to ROH, maybe they can team up together and go back to New Japan. I think that could be a whole lot of fun as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably going to be a quick episode, guys. I'll let you know that got holidays and whatnot. This day in wrestling, there was people call this the original screw job. It happened in 1985, 35 years ago today, when Wendy Richter is defeated by the Spider Lady, which is the Fabulous Moolah, to win the WWF Women's Title. Yeah, Brandon. I mean, I know you don't like Moolah. You have any thoughts about that?
Yeah, this is pretty much a historic event that happened. I think people kind of overlook Wendy Richter and kind of her importance to the WrestleMania, for the first ever WrestleMania, and her uh, whatever relationship or kind of teaming up with Cyndi Lauper and just everything that kind of goes along with it. And it was an ugly fallout, and then that happened, and she hasn't really been with the company or really talked ever since.
They put her in the Hall of Fame in 2011.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Triple H. Maybe was it Triple H or was it Vince McMahon? Because Triple H is great at mending all these fences.
When did Hunter start going to the office? That's what you got to look at. Yeah, or maybe she went in 2010 or 2011. I can't remember. Yeah. Also, Survivor Series 1992. Bret Hart, the WWF champion, retains the title against Shawn Michaels, who was the Intercontinental champion. It's okay. At a Survivor Series a couple years later, Shawn rectified that. Yeah. Raw on this day in 2002, Shawn Michaels, the Big Gold World Heavyweight Champion, he wrestles Rob Van Dam. Yeah. And there was a Raw on this day last year, 2019. Rey Mysterio defeats AJ Styles to become the United States Champion. Any things about the things that happened on this day? Do you see clearly? Bitter place and a broken dream?
You would think I would remember Rey Mysterio facing off against AJ Styles for the U.S. title. I absolutely have nothing.
It was last year, bud.
I know. I did. I mean, I kind of remember it, maybe, but nothing.
Wow.
I know.
And then it led to that awesome ladder match this year with him and Andrade. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. All right, fan mail. Who 420?
Who?
Oh yeah, there you go. Got your gimmick in.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know who Tony Vargas was until today, but mates, I am a fan. Awesome, dude. That's why we do these, to get you to learn about other talent. Alfie Lewis. So Kofi with the bump of the year on Monday Night Raw. Possibly, man. We're going to talk about that. Dan. I love it. I'm ready for it. I'm here for it. I'm ready for a Lana push. Really? Hey, maybe he and I are on the same page, dude. Robert Walker. I want Tazz to choke people out every week. We're going to talk about that too. Yes, sir. That's all the fan mail, guys. Nothing too ridiculous.
Oh, no, Mr. X.
No, he usually sends them Thursday morning.
Check out Mr. X on Instagram. He's having a sale. He can buy all his cool little designs and stuff on t-shirts, and Brightest Day X on the Instagram. Absolutely.
Buy a Bulletcast t-shirt, people. Do it.
Anyone.
Please. Brandon, you buy one too.
I gotta buy one, but I have the vintage throwback one.
No, no. What if we go to a convention? We have to match, dude. If we're working the floors, come on, bro. Gotta match. Gotta match.
Talk to my tax lady and see how everything works out.
Would that be your cat?
Maybe.
Okay, all right.
AJ is great at doing taxes.
Your cat's name is AJ.
Mhm.
After AJ Lee, am I right?
I mean, it may be. It may be over AJ Styles, AJ Kirsch, AJ Przinski, AJ. I got no other AJs.
Jesus, I'm gonna get a cat and
Name it Cena.
Name her Charlotte. Yeah, there we go.
My cat would whoop up on Charlotte.
Whoa! Why are we having cat fights? See what I did there? Haha. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Monday Night Raw. Keith Lee, Matt Riddle, and the Riddle. And the phenomenal AJ Styles all advance in a series of matches. They will be in a triple threat next week, and the winner faces Drew McIntyre for the WWE title, I assume at TLC on December 20th, right?
That would seem logical in a TLC match. Why? Because it's TLC.
Yes, absolutely. Maybe they have a chairs match. We don't know. Maybe Falls Count Anywhere. Or you remember the stairs match that one year? Tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs.
It was Rowan and
Big Show. Yes, sir. 2015, 14.
I can't remember Rey Mysterio and AJ Styles from last year, but I can remember the stairs match. I got important things up here.
Exactly, from like 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah, so Keith Lee defeats Bobby Lashley, Riddle defeats Sheamus, and then Styles defeats Randy Orton because the Fiend remembers, Randy. He remembers. First of all, what are your thoughts on these three talents advancing into an opportunity for the WWE title?
So all three of these guys together in a match, triple threat next week, should be a lot of fun. I think these are probably the three best options. Lee,
Wait. You said something good about a triple threat match? It really is the holiday season.
I know. I'm so cheery right now. I'm getting ready, even though COVID did take away one of my football games tomorrow, but I digress. It's okay. But Riddle and Sheamus had a hell of a match. The first one, Keith Lee beating Bobby Lashley via disqualification. I hated that finish. It made absolutely no sense why MVP, went in there to attack Keith Lee when Bobby Lashley, his title wasn't on the line. He was in no imminent danger of losing the match.
He was wounded.
Yeah, but he wasn't like pinning. He wasn't pinning Lashley, and MVP made the save. And then
he wanted to save his clientele. That's how I look at it. His clientele was wounded. He didn't want him to have a definitive loss. So we can take a DQ loss. That's all right. He's still the CEO of the Hurt Business.
Yeah. So I did not like that finish. And then in theory, it should lead to Lashley not really agreeing with MVP doing that. But it was probably just to get Lashley from doing a job, but they wanted Lee to win. So it's kind of what happens in WWE. You just
more fan mail. Fan mail.
We're getting fan mail as we speak.
Hootie Who 420. Oh, hey. I didn't read this one. My bad. He says, mates, if Bobby Lashley is the CEO of the Hurt Business, why is MVP the leader?
I mean, I'm not exactly good with official hierarchies, but if you're a CEO, that's the top, but MVP could be the owner creator.
Yeah,
it's above everything.
Yeah, so exactly. So let's say hypothetically, something happens to Vince, but he's not dead. He's just out of commission for a little bit. Triple H could be the CEO, but then again, Vince, if he's still in his right mind, he could call certain shots. Yeah, so that's how that would work. Oh yeah, that's great, man. I think that clears that up for everybody because I know people on the internet have been questioning that. Anything else about the Hurt Business and B Lash?
No, just that I hated the finish and Styles Randy. Good action. We knew there was going to be some sort of shenanigans, and then it's the Fiend. I go back to after Hell in a Cell when the Fiend was kind of in the middle of Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. Were they going for a triple threat? Was this always the plan to have Randy and the Fiend feud and then get McIntyre the title? And it's a little confusing because they went to Randy and the Fiend for a little bit after Hell in a Cell, and they backed off, and then now they're starting it up again. So that kind of makes me wonder exactly what the plan was coming out of Hell in a Cell, but they're getting back into it with The Fiend and Randy Orton, which, once again, does this mean The Fiend is babyface or is Randy Orton babyface? I don't know.
I think, well, I mean, Randy, he kicked a 70-year-old man in the head. How can you cheer him? I cheer him because he's good. He's totally good. But for the average fan, they'd boo. And you just hate the guy.
I don't hate anybody. I just, not the biggest fan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's all convoluted there. I still think Randy should still be the WWE champion, but that's just me, If he's gonna win it, he doesn't just need to lose it like 13 days later. He needs to just keep it. But that's just,
you got to get to 16 title reigns sooner rather than later.
No, bro. Can we just, like, if he gets another one, let's have a nice 6 or 7 months. That's all I'm asking. That's the average title run in WWE anyway. Let's just get that.
Which is a whole hell of a lot more than what it was 20 years ago. So I will take that.
Yes, yeah. That's just,
or even 10 years ago.
Oh my God! Let's just get that. Yes, sir. Strowman headbutts Adam Pearce. I guess Strowman wasn't picked for these matches. No,
he was not very happy about that, and I would hope that they stick to the guns and Strowman is gone for a little bit. I don't think we're going to get an Adam Pearce Braun Strowman match, as much as that'd be very interesting. And I hate to say it, but I feel like Braun Strowman might interfere in the triple threat next week, and we're going to get Fatal 4-Way or something or another where Braun Strowman does something bad, but he's rewarded for it at the end of the day.
Yeah, possibly. Well, it looks like Survivor Series actually did mean something. The guys that were on the winning team all have an opportunity at a shot for the WWE title. That's nice. You see?
If only they told us that beforehand.
I knew. I had an inkling. I have those. Yes, sir. What else happened on Monday Night Raw? Lana and Asuka defeat Baszler and Nia Jax. Lana, she racking up these wins, bro. Hey, that Rumble, it's coming. That Rumble is coming.
So at the beginning of Raw, they do the interview with Lana, and I forget which interview it was, asked Lana, oh, since the men got a title shot, do you think you deserve a title shot? And Lana is just, Gideon's I just want to live in the moment. I just want to bask in my glory, taking Keith Lee's gimmick there. But Lana didn't do anything. She stood there on the ring steps and she did do a single thing. And yet she comes out the next day and boasts and brags and is all giddy for herself when no one is checking her to say, you didn't do anything. She's a babyface.
I mean, Brandon, you're a sports guy. You played sports growing up, right?
I mean, I tried. Doesn't mean I'm successful.
That's not. I mean, what sport did you play growing up?
Right there.
Baseball.
You don't know what that is. It's baseball.
Baseball, good.
It's baseball.
So let's say
over there. See, that's Dallas Braden. That's baseball.
There you go.
Got Kobe. Didn't play basketball, even though I did like a camp or two.
That's awesome.
Not organized.
Played baseball back in my day too. I was right field. I was decent.
Ooh, you were a right fielder back in the day.
Right field, boys. Yes, sir.
Makes sense.
Wait. Why does it make sense? Hold on. What kind of shot are you taking at me? Why does it make sense?
I mean, people who play baseball and at a young age know who goes in right field.
Whoa. Okay, look. It's okay. I grew up. I took my talents to the mat, so it's all right. It's okay. Section qualifier. Yes, sir. That's me. All right. So anyway, my point being, you played sports. Didn't you ever have a kid on the team where, I mean, as kids, everybody played. Everybody got a trophy. Yeah, don't want to hurt feelings.
The right fielder?
No. Well, hey, whoa! I have a game ball. Where is it? Where is it?
You see all those balls up there? Those are all my game balls.
Okay, I have one game ball because I was the best player that day. Don't you dare try to take that away from 10-year-old Phillip.
And you got your pepperoni pizza and chips afterwards, right?
No.
Oh, you guys didn't have a snack bar?
We had hot dogs and Sprite.
Okay, that's next best thing.
I got a hot dog and a handshake, damn it. Anyway, my point being, on sports teams, you have the guy or person that doesn't do a whole lot or doesn't even play, but they're celebrating. We won! We did it! I did it! You saw me? So that's basically what Lana's doing. And hey, let her ride it out. What else has she done? She was a Russian. Her husband got fired. She had that weird storyline with Dolph Ziggler and Summer Rae. She was married to Bobby Lashley. Just let her have it. Fine.
I just think this kind of shows that WWE doesn't know how to write for or portray baby faces very well.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Drew McIntyre, that's kind of about it.
Whoa. We could go down the whole list of great baby faces in WWE. All right?
And Lana is not one of them.
You're not right. You are not right. Jesus. The friendship frog dies. Alexa Bliss kills it. Smokey, the rabbit, friendship. Gee, it's just 2020 is terrible.
I know, but I don't want to encourage them because we all know Vince listens to this, but this was actually probably one of the better Firefly Funhouses in a while. I kind of enjoyed it, as much as I hate to admit it.
Was Young Boy number 2's voice going through your head? We really good when you are friends.
Every time. I can't get out of my head.
Oh, Jesus. You hear voices in your head like Randy. You see, you guys should be best friends. There you go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Alexa Bliss, she hits Twisted Abigail was Nikki Cross to get the win over her.
I don't think we've talked about this, but Nikki Cross's new theme song is just utter trash, and
didn't even know she had a new theme. Keith Lee got a new theme at Survivor Series. Do you like that better? Is that better for you?
It is better than the generic one he had, but it's still not. I mean, it's not as good as the NXT one, but it has potential probably if I listen to it a few more times.
Yeah. Or, he'll be on the main roster for like a year or two and he'll go back to NXT and have his theme back. That's probably what's going to happen.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
Back to the match.
match.
WWE not being able to book baby faces very well because everyone and their mother could see Alexa swerving Nikki from a mile away, and yet Nikki, instead of getting the win, just tries to hug it out with Alexa, and then Bliss hits her with the Sister Abigail, and then there you go. I mean, come on, Nikki.
I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming. All the great turns I've never seen coming. The Festival of Friendship. Didn't think KO was gonna do it. You know what I mean? Sean going through the Geritron 5000. I didn't think it was gonna happen. Hogan turning on Savage turning on Hogan. Didn't think it was gonna happen.
There's the Hogan turn. There's the 50 feet of crap. There's everything else. And then there's the Alexa Bliss turn on Nikki Cross on Monday.
Wow. That's a very low bar. Very low bar. Jesus. But her character work is great though. I mean,
I have more issues with Nikki than with Alexa in this segment.
Oh, absolutely. That as long as you cheer 5 feet Fury. She got engaged, by the way. Congratulations to her. Yeah. The New Day defeat the Hurt Business to retain the Raw Tag Team Championships. Yeah, Kofi took a nasty bump over the top rope. Jesus.
Yeah, solid match. I kind of wish they could, maybe step away from this feud. I think maybe you wanted to build Shelton and Cedric a little bit more because they are kind of the lower, kind of mid cards or lower for lack of a better term. So maybe build them up a little bit more instead of just kind of throwing them out to the New Day and having the New Day beat them. But I mean, you kind of look around the Raw Tag Team roster and there's not really a whole lot there is. I don't even know who else is really on the roster who's a tag team.
Bro, can we get Shelton a world title before he leaves? Before he hangs him up? Can we do that? Are we allowed to do that?
Definitely not going to happen.
Whoa! We didn't think Kofi would happen.
But Kofi, he was
okay, bro. Look, Jinder Mahal won the WWE title. Shelton Benjamin can't have the WWE Championship. Are you serious?
I mean, anybody can have it. But
no,
really,
not everybody gets a turn.
Except for Shelton, he gets a turn.
Yes, he should. He's great. He's still the gold standard. Or if you want to make him a tag team champion, bring in Charlie Haas. Charlie Haas can be like what Owen was to the Nation. Yeah, let's do that.
I probably would pick Cedric just because he hasn't been in that position for 10 plus years.
What do you mean?
Like a mid-card lower act for 10 plus years, like Shelton. And I'm being very generous with the 10 years.
I mean, Shelton had success out of WWE.
But nothing happens outside of WWE, according to WWE. There's Japan, and that's about it. There's NXT, Japan, maybe Mexico, and that's about it.
Hey, once AJ came over, that's when they started to acknowledge Japan for real. Yeah,
just the country, not any promotions. Just the country.
They mentioned the title.
Japan and the IWGP title is a thing.
It's a thing. It's a small dot on the massive globe that is World Wrestling Entertainment.
You missed an easy one.
What?
In the WWE universe.
Oh.
That was such a layup, and you missed it.
I didn't play basketball.
I died a little bit inside saying that atrocious buzzword.
Hey, man, that's because you love sports entertainment so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move over to AEW Dynamite. So, with that being said, we kick it off tonight with Hangman Adam Page going up against John Silver, number 4 of the Dark Order, Johnny Hungry, the Meat Man. And yeah, man, I like this. Good work was done here. John Silver is going to be a star. I see it. Kid's got spunk.
He's very undersized, but I can definitely see him being like kind of not like a comedy baby face, but I think there is something if Silver were to kind of leave the Dark Order, I think that could be something. But this was kind of a random matchup with him and Hangman, and then it made sense at the end with Evil Uno coming out and not exactly recruiting Hangman, but just kind of saying, we're here if you need to talk. We know you're a lone wolf. So just kind of throwing it out there. Nothing, Hangman didn't really, show his cards, but he was, maybe kind of thinking about it, just kind of reacting to what was happening in front of him. So a nice first step in the story.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see where Hangman Page goes. Next up is a promo from Kenny Omega. Kenny talks about how, John, you beat me. I'm man enough to admit it, but now it's a year later, we're going to do it again. This time the AEW title's on the line. I've tried so hard to get back here. People are saying the best bout machine, the cleaner, is back. The heart I left in Japan, I found it here in the States in AEW. What are your thoughts on this?
I very much enjoyed the promo. I thought that Kenny was, very middle of the road throughout the entire thing. I like, as you said, saying that you beat me in the garbage match, but now try to beat me at my own game in the middle of the ring. And this is what we were saying like a year ago, that they could go back to this match and play that card. And then at the end, Kenny walks off, but then comes back and says, your dad's not all that tough. My dad would whoop up on your dad. And that was just like the perfect little extra nugget to really kind of drive home that, yeah, Kenny isn't the good guy in this situation. You're going to want to see Jon Moxley beat him up. And that's what happened later in the show.
Who is Kenny Omega's father? Is he famous? Do we know?
He's not a world famous hockey player like Chris Jericho's dad.
I think Chris Jericho's dad could beat up Kenny Omega's dad.
I mean, Chris Jericho's dad was a goon.
It's true. Yes, sir. All right, moving on. Powerhouse Hobbs. Will Hobbs gets a name change. Yeah. I'm not mad at it. I'm not. Really not.
I just thought it kind of just not reeked of WWE, but it just kind of had that same feeling.
There was a little linger. That's what you mean. There was a little linger.
I can smell it, but I can't exactly put my nose to what exactly it smells like.
Do you smell what he's cooking? I'm sorry, that's another guy. That's another guy from the East Bay. I'm sorry. Yeah, he has a singlet now. I like the new look though. I mess with the singlet. Tazz.
He's got the Tazz torn up sweater.
Absolutely.
Or whatever that thing's called.
Or it's a poncho, right? Yeah, it's a poncho. Yeah, sure. Tazz accompanies him out there. Powerhouse Hobbs defeats Lee Johnson, and then Tazz says, good work. Go celebrate. He says Starks and Cage are celebrating, and he says, it's about this. It's about, I don't have the title with me, but it's about the FTW title and what this means. I'm not leaving until management comes out here and acknowledges his title. They cut off 2 mics he's holding. Cody comes out there. Hey, big coaster, Cody Rhodes. He comes out there and he says, you know what, we'll take it into consideration, yada, yada, yada. And then they just go back and forth. And then Cody's like, I didn't know Tazz had kids. Didn't know Tazz had kids. What's his son's name? Do we know?
Is it Hook?
By hook or by crook? Are we serious? Is that really his name?
It's something like that. I want to say it's Hook.
Let's get a Google search going.
I can Google it.
Yes. So Tazz, like I can't believe you just said that. You just made this very, very personal. Tazz is tired of the BS. He's tired of all that. And Tazz, he starts to walk out. But this is what I've been waiting for since Tazz showed up in AEW. I've been waiting for him to get physical, and he choked Cody Rhodes. I loved it. I've been waiting for this. I don't know if he can throw any suplexes. Maybe throw out one or something, dude. It's kind of like when Arn comes out and does a spine buster. When it happens, it matters. I digs it, man. What were your thoughts on Tazz getting physical? And what's his son's name?
Of course, I try to click on the first thing that I see, and I thought it was just going to be there right in the top, and it's not. So,
it's not.
Of course it's not, because it wouldn't be that easy. It would be.
I'll do a search while you explain your feelings about this.
My feelings. I'll explain my feelings, I guess.
Absolutely.
I mean, Hobbs getting a quick squash win. I mean, it makes sense. They don't have too many of those types of matches on AEW Dynamite. And then Tazz coming out, doing the whole shoot worked ass, angle. Wasn't the biggest fan of that because we've seen it just so many times, like within the past 20 years, that I kind of want to step away from that. I know AEW, I don't even know if they've done it thus far in Dynamite. So I'm a little bit more leaning of it, but I just kind of wish they would kind of step away from that. And it kind of put Cody in an awkward situation, I thought, because like Tazz is out there just, running down everybody. And then you kind of thought Cody was going to be the face of the, the corporate side of things. And I kind of wish they would stay away from acknowledging that Kenny, Cody, the Bucks are, management. But Tazz getting physical, it is interesting. Tazz, I don't exactly know what his health status is. Not saying it's going to jump in there and have a match by any means, but I mean, all he did was just choke a guy out. So it's not exactly too hard to do that, but it was a nice little, addition to Tazz's character.
His son's name is Hook.
I told you.
Turned 21 this year. Hey, let's go have a beer, kid, whenever all this is over. Yeah, man, this is what I've been waiting for. I mean, Tazz walked past me at StarCast, and I'm like, yo, he looks like he can still F somebody up. And, all the guy does is really just lift weights and eat steaks. He's like Otis, but actually talented. Yeah, so I'm a fan of this. I want to see Tazz get a little physical, nothing too crazy. I did like how they zoomed in on Billy Gunn, though, so maybe they were hinting at something there. I don't know. Well, we shall wait and see. Anything else on this segment?
No, not really. I mean, it's more kind of building, I think, for the tag team match next week.
Absolutely. All right, TH2 defeat Top Flight. I don't care. Yeah. Is that okay to say here?
I mean, it was a match. It was a tag team match, and I kind of did like TH2 getting the win here. I think Top Flight they have potential. Now they might be a little flippy. Now I know that's a lot coming from me because I like the flips and stuff, but I think TH2 getting the win, kind of putting them over, kind of trying to reestablish their characters and maybe making a run for the title, because I think we've seen kind of a lot of the same tag teams in the division for the most part. So kind of adding another group in there, whether it's a legitimate title challenger or just kind of somebody in the mix, I'm okay with elevating them a little bit.
Absolutely. Woohoo! All right, FTR's promo. I thoroughly enjoyed this. They said for 3 seconds you were the best tag team in the world. So it looks like FTR isn't done with AEW. We hadn't seen them, hadn't really heard anything from them. So I enjoyed this, Tully Blanchard said it's his job to make sure that they're the best tag team in the world with the world tag team titles. And, it's his job to coach them to that spot. What are your thoughts on that?
Good, straightforward promo from FTR with Tully featured. I mean, I enjoyed it. It made a lot of sense, them coming out and saying, everyone's saying it was a great match, but it was the worst night of my life because we lost. And that means something, and they want to rectify that loss and get those titles back. And it's just simple, short, and sweet, but it's a lot more effective than some other, the Lana promo that was maybe the same length, which did nothing but hurt Lana, I thought.
Lana's great. She's an actress. She can speak. Yeah.
Don't get me all hyped up again about that promo.
Oh, Jesus. Her husband had a segment on this show. It was terrible.
And Lana got a shout out. She bought Miro that Xbox.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that segment was terrible. I don't want to see that kind of stuff here. Le Champion, Chris Jericho and the Big Hurt, Jake Hager. The Inner Circle. You know, they're all out there. I love it. I love it. Those two gentlemen go on to take on SCU. Don't you just love the crowd singing Jericho's theme? I love it. They get louder every week. I appreciate that. I do. Yeah, what's your thoughts on this match?
Solid match, nothing too special, but they're definitely kind of going back to their roots, Inner Circle being heels. Jericho said in the promo afterwards that, they're not going to be funny, haha anymore. They're going to be serious. They're going to get back to beating people up. And that's what they did here. The match itself wasn't very, I don't want to say it was terrible, but it was fine. And, I kind of like them reestablishing Inner Circle being serious because I did not like what they've been doing recently.
Christopher Daniels wrestling like it's 2005 Unbreakable against Samoa Joe and AJ Styles? Yeah, maybe, possibly.
Hmm.
The fact that at his age he can still do the moonsault, that's my point.
Good for him.
Hey, bro, look.
I think him and Jericho are the exact same age, and I think Christopher Daniels moves a lot better than Chris Jericho at this point.
No, Daniels is older. He's like 52, 53.
I believe he is 50 because they did a bit on BTE that he just turned 50.
Yeah, but that was a while ago. Let's see. Let's do the Google search. Christopher Daniels. Let's see, guys. Who is Dana Project? What is that? Christopher Daniels.
Look at that. March 24th, 1970.
What?
Born in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Okay, they are the same age.
Boom.
That was this year. It felt like that was like 2 years ago, bro. I'm so sorry. Yeah, well, they're both the same age, and hey, there you go. You learn to love it.
Also, Christopher Daniels doesn't have 15 years of WWE house shows on his bump card.
That's true. That is true. But the more house shows, the better. Am I right? Yeah. The world title contract signing. Kenny Omega is doing this long, stupid entrance, and Moxley's silhouette appears behind him, and they brawl. They fight. Moxley hits the paradigm shift DDT on Kenny Omega onto the AEW title. Mox's promo. It got the job done. Hey, Matt, he did the gun thing. Like, you only get one shot. Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole silhouette thing might have been a little too cute, but I thought it was all right. But I really enjoyed the promo from John Moxley. I think they've done a good job in whatever it's been 2-3 weeks to really build this up and make it feel important. Maybe it's not like the most anticipated match of all time in Dynamite or in AEW thus far, but I think they've done a really good job at kind of establishing Kenny's kind of new twisted character and Moxley's Moxley. He's going to do the same great stuff every week.
Yeah, it has steam. I didn't realize this was coming up next week like that. Do you think Kenny beats him?
I do think Kenny beats him. Now, is that him cheating to win or just he's the best bout machine and he beats him? That's up for debate. But I do think Kenny wins. I don't want to say it's all because of politics and New Japan and maybe Moxley having to go overseas and do some business over there. But I do think Kenny beats him, really, beats him down after the fact. And that's where he turns heel. So then Moxley can leave and, go defend his U.S. title against Kenta.
Or maybe Moxley has to do more podcasts. Check him out on Oral Sessions with his wife. Yep. I mean, whether he was Moxley or Ambrose, he's always been better at the chase. Kind of like Austin. Austin was always better at the chase. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what they're leading to. A nice chase, and then maybe at a Revolution, a nice, clean, decisive finish between Kenny Omega and Jonathan Moxley. Yep. Hikaru Shida retains the AEW Women's title against Anna Jay. I didn't realize she was only in the business for a year.
Yeah, the match was kind of short and sweet, but I thought Shida got a decent match out of Anna Jay here. I kind of like the story that the commentators were saying that Anna Jay's first match was with Shida in AEW, and now she's grown, she's better, so she's kind of ready for this opportunity. But still, she couldn't make that next step to beat the champion.
Yeah. I mean, we shall see. We shall see. All right, the Butcher and the Blade, and of course the Bunny. They're all out there. They go on to defeat Pac and Phoenix 2/3 of the Death Triangle, which is that's the name. Butcher and
Triangula
Blade.
de la Muerte.
Yes. Thank you. Butcher and Blade finally getting a win here, and it felt like it mattered. Yeah.
Yeah, the way Pac has normally been protected, it was kind of surprising that he lost. Not taking the pinfall, Phoenix took the loss here, but Butcher and Blade getting a win here. I mean, the match itself I thought was fine, but it definitely was more focused on the aftermath with Eddie Kingston getting involved, and that's what led to the finish. And then beat down Pentagon, tries to make the save, but numbers advantage, and then Lance Archer comes out and clears house, going after Eddie Kingston. Now, is this a babyface turn for Archer? We shall see. But I mean, if this turns into the Death Square, I'm all for it.
How would you say that in Spanish?
I don't know. How do you say square in Espanol?
I have no idea. Triangulo.
Triangle is triangulo.
That's what I just said.
Yeah,
I
say the triangle of square death.
Yeah.
Quadrada. Or quadrado.
Quad what?
Cuadrado de la Muerte.
Cuadrado de la Muerte. I like that. I'm a fan. Superstar Spotlight. Who do we got? Powerhouse Hobbs. Whole Team Tazz. There's a Team Tazz promo. Ricky Starks. He can talk his butt off. I love it. Team Tazz, you got my win. You got my vote for Spotlight of the Week.
Now, you think if I were to talk about this match, I would talk about Riddle, but I'll give the spotlight to Sheamus. I thought this was a really good match. I thought they wrestled very well, and maybe the highlight of Raw. There you go. Didn't think Sheamus was going to get a superstar spotlight ever for me.
Well, he's great. He's a multi-time world champion, King of the Ring winner, Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank. Sheamus is criminally underrated. Like, I don't think people really truly appreciate Sheamus.
I feel like if he's motivated and there's someone in the ring that'll give him receipts and work hard with him, you can get something out of him.
Sheamus is great. I love Sheamus. Sheamus is my guy.
Like, a Riddle versus Sheamus match would be a whole hell of a lot better than a Sheamus versus Miz match.
Whoa. Hold on. Miz wrestles the way that he does because he can last longer that way. He said this on Talking Smack.
He's a Viagra. He's a shoe of the WWE.
Hey, he gets the WWE up. Yes, sir. All right. Promo pick of the week, Brandon. What is it?
So normally on promo picks and match picks, like to have like a nice theme to it. There's no theme here. As I said on the podcast, I've been going back and watching some Attitude Era Raws, and I'm in like June. We're on the build to King of the Ring. Can't wait to see Mankind get tossed off that cell. But just randomly, since they're building SummerSlam in Madison Square Garden, they did a little gimmick here. DX in New York. If you just simply Google DX in New York, it'll be the first thing that comes up. And everyone loves DX, all their shenanigans. We see highlights of what they've done, kind of the iconic and maybe not so iconic ones that they've done. This was not the best thing in the world. A lot of racism, a lot of racist jokes. It was a little cringy and kind of showing you that everything in the Attitude Era, especially with some of the marquee names, weren't exactly that great back in the day.
Oh, what were some of the racist jokes?
I'll be honest. I don't think I watched the actual clip because they had like 3 different clips on the Raw that I saw. But let's see, there's a lot of Asian ones. There was a lot of Were there
any black jokes, Brandon?
There were no black jokes.
Okay,
but there was a man wearing a turban,
oh.
and Triple H asked the guy if he was hiding a snake in there.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It was a completely different time period. Brandon, did you ever do the DX crotch chop suck it at school? Did you? Did you do that? You seem like one of those kids.
Maybe, but I wasn't dumb enough to do it in the classroom. Maybe at recess.
Oh, I did it to a teacher and got suspended. That was fun. Little 9-year-old me. I hit the boom. Ugh. Yep, I was suspended for like 5 days. That was fun. That was fun. Yeah. Our closed match pick of the week, The Undertaker versus Rey Mysterio for the Big Gold World Heavyweight Championship, the Royal Rumble, January 31st, 2010. It's a nice about 14-minute match. Taker and Mysterio, they do some good business here.
Yeah, I mean, Mysterio being really undersized compared to Undertaker, kind of a different match. And Undertaker, I think he even said in the Broken Skull sessions that he's always worked better with the smaller guy. And Rey Mysterio, one of the best smaller guys in the ever. And Phillip pulled a me again. I think it's just called a Phillip now.
Nah, it's forever a Brandon, brother. Yeah, the pay-per-view after this, Undertaker gets set on fire by the Pyro guy. Yeah, another great story from the Broken Skull sessions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, follow us on Twitter at BulletCast, Instagram, The BulletCast, YouTube channel, The BulletCast, email us, BulletCast2 is in the number 2, sweetswet@gmail.com. Every Thursday night, probably not tomorrow night because, Thanksgiving. 9.9 FM KW in Watsonville, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, possibly if you still want to listen to that. Get some old episodes up there. Tune in, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Spotify, Patreon. We're all over the damn place. Thank you guys so much. Next week, the biggest podcast of our broadcasting careers. You don't want to miss it. Cindy's going to be there. We got some other guests coming. It's going to be great. The longest podcast we've probably ever done. It's up there, bud. It's up there. It's going to be like listening to Bruce Pritchard or something like that. Stay clean, stay strong, stay safe, stay quarantined. Diamonds are forever. So is the microphone messiah.